Come on then. Let's see about this new area. Let's meet some new people and decide a man's fate. Are these new shops?
You're not too tired. Could you help your mummy?
Who? Could I help my mummy?
Carol, give your mummy a kiss. Yes.
This is... who's... downstairs?
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Give your mummy a kiss? I need to find a way down. I'll speak to this guy first. Alright, Sunshine?
Good evening, sir. May I ask you what you're doing here at this late hour?
I'm conducting an investigation about the epidemic in this part of town.
And who are you, sir?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. May I ask who you are and why all the questions?
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard. And I don't find your answers convincing. What is a Pembroke doctor doing in the West End at this time of night?
Looking for a lady of the night. I work for the Ascalon Club.
I work for the Ascalon Club. Here is my permit to go freely about the city.
The Ascalon Club? You should have said so, sir. I must warn you, these streets are dangerous, and you'd better be careful.
Do you know anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it, with just one phone call.
Yeah, not many people think highly of this Dawson guy.
Why are you investigating at night?
Criminals rarely act in daylight, you know. But since you are also a night worker, have you noticed anything strange which requires police attention?
Plenty of things. Who the fuck's Jeffrey McCullum?
Does the name Fergal ring a bell? Fergal Bancher.
Of course it does. Fergal Bancher, the Butcher of Galway. Hung in Dublin in 1857 for murdering more than 20 men with his bare hands. Why are you so interested in dead criminals, sir?
Well, he wasn't dead, but now he is.
What
Criminal,
does
of course.
What are you
Shit, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to...
What does the
Of course it.
Why are you in
Criminals.
Does the name Fergal?
Of course it.
Oh, so you can't. You can only say one option. Alright, okay.
What are you
I told you.
Do you work alone?
Yes. The situation is difficult for the police. Many of us are sick.
Are you sick? No, you're alright.
What about the situation in the East End?
I know, it's a shame, but
This guy hasn't got
can
much
you-
to say.
What killer?
I'm not going to discuss that with the civilians, sir.
Haven't I told you about the investigation I'm conducting? Perhaps I could help you.
All right, without giving you too much information, I'll tell you this. I'm convinced there is a homicidal maniac on the loose, using the epidemic to disguise his kills.
And what about the epidemic?
We both know the situation is critical, don't we, Doctor? Colleagues of mine die almost every day.
What are you investigating?
Well,
I was lucky enough to find them both while conducting my investigation in this part of town.
why do I still have the feeling that you're hiding something? What about the abductor? Was it the same person?
I don't think so. You had better interview Miss Teasdale and Mr. Kimura on that matter. All I did was to lead them safely home.
Ah.
What are you investigating, exactly?
Well, my two missing persons cases have been solved. By you, it seems.
Ah,
was
right,
lucky
so that's what it
enough. I
was. Yeah, I rescued both of those people.
Tell me all you know about that homicidal maniac you're looking for.
I'm not even sure there is only one. The wounds are always the same, but the modus operandi varies. Sometimes violent and brutal, sometimes precise and swift.
How could different killers inflict the same wounds? friends.
That's my main problem. If my theory is correct, maybe we're facing a group of individuals sharing the same violent tendencies. Perhaps a sadist cult.
Or a group of vampires.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Right, so things aren't much better here. So is she in her house now? Ah, look, she's back at her desk. You're a strange lady, aren't you? You got someone locked in the basement.
I am glad to see you.
Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reed, I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying anything from my humble shop.
Do you know Aloysius Dawson?
Everybody knows him. He's only been to my shop once, though, looking for rare books and other intriguing antiques.
Did he buy something from you?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my goods. Mr. Dawson may be a rich man, but you can't buy good manners.
But isn't Aloysius Dawson known for his philanthropy?
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane crash. Since then, the remaining twin has turned into a heartless tycoon.
Ah, okay, so we've got some dish to dirt on him.
What can you tell me about yourself, Miss Price?
I'm still managing my shop. The only difference is, since the quarantine, we're open at night. You, on the contrary, seem to have changed a lot.
I have changed a lot. I'm also the most uncomfortable man in existence. Oh, wait till I sort myself out here. Bloody hell. And just to let you know, like, in England at the minute, we're going through a heat wave. And it's absolutely ridiculous. Bring on the cold weather. I hate hot weather. I wish it was snow every day of the year. Right, have I changed this much?
Really? Have I changed that much? It must have been the war and the night shifts since my return.
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Reed, you're still handsome. Just maybe a little bit wiser, more serious. It suits you well.
Oh, she's got a thing for the doctor, does she?
Tell me more about yourself. No new fiancé? I remember you were hoping to get remarried. I'm sure you must have a few suitors.
Who would marry an old bat like myself with a grown daughter and a little business? As you know, I only fancy handsome men like yourself.
Well, I think you're quite attractive, to be honest. I like what you've done with your hair.
Have you noticed anything in particular in this part of town recently?
Other than you coming back to cheer me up? Nothing at all, Dr. Reed.
Does your daughter still worry you, Miss Price? I remember you were often concerned about her health when she was younger.
Have you not seen Carol since you returned? She's almost a young woman now. But she'll always remain my sweet little baby.
So you're less afraid?
Some things never change. Carol is still too clumsy for her own good. Sometimes her innocence puts her in real danger.
Why would her innocence put her in danger?
She does not realize how cruel life can be. Maybe I was a bad mother to protect her too much. My poor dear Carol.
Oh, she's one of them mothers, is she? Wraps her children in cotton wool so they fucking turn up to be, like, ill-adjusted and just can't handle life.
You have every reason to be cautious, Miss Price. Especially in these difficult times.
Maybe you could talk with her, Dr. Reed. It would be nice to have a man here more often. We would both feel safer.
I'll certainly talk to her. I can't help but feel she's probably a vampire. But
May I look?
It's always...
let's trade. What have you got? Anything good? Nothing that I want, but I want to talk to your daughter.
Dr. Reed,
It's
I am
locked.
glad to see you again.
Well, I'll just rob your shop, because that's what you get. Ah, oh, good. She's down there. I think the only way down there is to actually go through her shop, but can't do it. Right, never mind. There's Charles up there. It should be called Vampire Bin Raider. That's like where you get all the loot. Random bins. Oh, what the fuck? I don't suppose this is definitely not the way. So many people.
Good evening, sir. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need my help?
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to tell me what the time is?
That's all you need to know.
Well, is it not important to know? As important as where you are? Or who you are?
I suppose you're right. And who are you then, sir?
I am Agamemnon Baker. Like my brother, I think we need to leave this city immediately. And my brother and I rarely agree on anything.
Okay, well, one, it's time you got to watch. And what type of first name's that, mate? Agamemnon. Adabada boy. Adabada boy Baker.
May I ask why you've not gone already, if you're so exasperated by this long wait?
I believe fear is holding us back. My brother would have said it's laziness, but it's just because he's prouder than I am.
May I ask what you're doing outside at this hour of night?
I don't know. You should ask my brother instead. It was his idea in the first place.
You must have your own ideas.
From what I have managed to understand, I guess we're supposed to wait here. Waiting for someone to come.
Okay.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's the only place I've considered myself happy. Or at least that's what I believe. Unfortunately, it's time to leave.
Why is that?
Because I'm not feeling happy here anymore. Are you?
Fair enough.
What kind of question is that? What am I supposed to answer exactly?
The truth. And I believe you just did it, actually.
What can you tell me about your brother?
He's older than me, I think. But the important thing is that I really hope I'll die before him. Grief would just kill me, you know?
Is that all?
Pericles is very attached to this city, and without my insistence, he would never leave this place. We don't often agree on anything, you see.
Strange fellow.
Who are you waiting for exactly?
The more I think about it, the more I believe it's not exactly a person we are waiting for.
But what else could it be then?
I don't know. A feeling? An event? An impulse? How can I tell? Something that would allow us to leave this trap.
I'm afraid I'm not following you. What kind of trap are you talking about?
Have you ever felt like life trapped you in a role that does not fit you? That you are not in your place? That sort of trap.
Maybe he's waiting to become a vampire.
Trap? And you think leaving London will free you?
At least it will give us the chance to be free. That's more than our present situation. Hope, Doctor. Hope is what truly drives mankind.
Not sure I agree with that, but
Goodbye.
I'll let him have his way of thinking. Faciliers.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
Dr. Reed?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just... your name sounds familiar. And your face. Have we met before?
I think I would remember.
Huh.
So I suppose the answer is no.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard of you. My name is Pericles Baker. Does that mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not, sir. But it's a pleasure to meet you anyway.
The pleasure is mine, I guess. I only wish I could remember when it was that we met.
Was it not 5 seconds ago when I talked your identical twin and maybe you got some identical twin fucking telepathy fucking brainwaves?
Tell me about yourself.
We are waiting.
And why?
Because we need to leave this city.
Why do you want...
I'm not really...
This guy's saying exactly
Can
the
you
same
tell
thing.
As you like asking...
Please.
Do you like this?
I don't know.
I'm saying exactly the same
I
thing.
was born and raised in London.
You didn't answer my question, sir.
And what...
I stopped working.
But what were you doing before?
Does it really matter anymore?
Tell me...
I just...
Pericles, tell me why your brother disagrees with your presence here.
Agamemnon is naive sometimes. Although don't consider him a fool, sir. He is often more lucid than me.
At least you both have the same difficulty explaining what you're doing, and for what reason.
But is that not a common problem for all mortals?
What can you tell me about your brother?
If you are searching for a pleasant chat, you should speak with him instead of wasting your time with me. He's always been the more gentle of us.
That's it? That's all you can tell me about him?
For the time being, true kindness is the most valuable...
Guy's so full of shit.
Who are you waiting for? I'm sure he has a name.
I really can't answer that question, since I don't know that person.
And why is that?
This person is mostly my brother's acquaintance. I don't even know his real name. Only that this man could help us leave this city once and for all.
But why would you need this person's help to leave London anyway?
Well, I thought we should have left this cursed place already, but my brother convinced me to stay a while longer, and here we are.
What the hell is this Tweedledum and Tweedledee? The fucking idiots are really boiling me piss. Yeah, man. You. No, the wrong guy. Not you. You twat of a brother.
Hello again.
Listen, are you gonna be straight with us before I fucking bite your face off?
Goodbye.
Right, that's now. We can't do anything else with these muppets. Right, so the quest's here. There's blood all over the shop. Oh, that's a safe house. Right, okay. I'll go in anyways, I'll unlock the safe house. Yeah, baby. How very quaint. I've got at least one of everything now. I could go out the... I have went out the back way. What am I supposed to be doing? Enter Aloysius Dawson's mansion. Is that the mansion? It looks like a church, to be honest. This is looking like a mansion, and it's not. This place is... What the hell was that noise? Huh. Oh, alright. Fucking the mystic here.
What are the cards trying to tell us?
The crime of lost knowledge.
Jonathan Reed. At last we meet. The cards warned me you would visit tonight.
I beg your pardon, sir. Do I know you?
Of course you do. Our mutual friend, Dr. Swansea, can't speak highly enough of you. My name is Usher. Usher Talltree.
You are the leader of the Brotherhood, are you not?
Primate of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, to be precise. I'm really glad we met tonight. I love it when the cards tell me a truth.
The cards told you to expect me.
Yes, they can tell me everything. They told me that you have not taken another life since your poor sister died.
That's pretty cool. Although I've taken many lives, actually. I fucking just murdered a bunch of the God of Pruin. And loads of skulls.
Can you read the cards for me?
Are you sure you want to know what they will reveal?
Yes, I am.
It will
However-
cost you 150 shillings.
Fuck that shit.
Perhaps.
I'm paying you 150 quid to fucking give us a mumbo jumbo, no chance.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood?
I really don't know. I don't often go outside. And when I do, it's usually to quite distant destinations.
So you see nothing in the stars for me? You're a poor fortune teller then?
Oh, I can tell you many things, but they will only concern you, not the city. For example, I know that you offered your sister the final rest she asked for.
Well, obviously, because she's dead.
Do the cards speak of my Mary?
No. It's the burning aura of guilt that precedes you everywhere you go.
Read my fortune then.
You have been chosen, Jonathan. I see on you the mark of a strong being, so powerful it needn't even reveal its strength.
Look, I've just had my fortune read without paying the money because I'm a beast.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm for most a charlatan.
Some believe you to be a vampire. Who?
The guard of Priwen, who else? For a time they sent spies to observe my activities, and they even broke into my home to gather proof.
Did they steal anything from you?
A personal notebook they quickly took to their headquarters. All they had to do is to look at me. I'm aging. What better and definite proof that I'm not an immortal?
Do you want your notebook back?
If you ever find it, I'd be glad to have it back, of course. I do ask one thing, though. Do not read it, Jonathan. Some secrets are not meant to be revealed, even to immortals.
Oh my god, we need to find it and read it.
For how long have you been a primate?
It was 15 years last year.
What do you make of Dr. Swansea?
Edgar is a brilliant and dedicated man. A man of his time, sometimes a little muddled, but always looking for new paths and new concepts.
How do you measure the amount of blood on my hands?
I told you. The cards always tell the truth. Well, most of the time.
Is it possible to tell me my future?
A vampire's fate is much more delicate to read, Doctor. But I can try.
All right. Let me hear it.
You're on a path to redemption, Jonathan. But be careful. One single trip and you'll fall.
That doesn't sound promising.
Take this, young Ekon, as a personal reward for your strong will. Keep following the right path and you'll reach safety.
Old blood. One trip. Well, that's what a load of bullshit. It's like, oh yeah, you're doing really well, but if you make a mistake, then you can fuck it all up. Well, obviously, bloody hell, say what you see.
How did you learn about Mary? And spare me the hocus-pocus parlor tricks. The truth, now!
Swansea told me.
Hmm.
Don't look at me like that. His task is to observe and gather information about vampires. He had to tell me about Mary.
She was no longer the sister I knew. She had changed. Hateful and bitter. She was determined to destroy our entire family.
She returned as a force of evil, Jonathan. In putting an end to her misery, you also protected many innocent souls.
May I ask you about the Brotherhood?
Of course. But I must warn you that there are some subjects we consider taboo, in spite of our fondness and acceptance of your kind.
Who founded the Brotherhood?
That's precisely the kind of question I cannot answer. It is delicate, and may reveal some of our secret traditions.
So you're not just a club of academics and scholars?
Once upon a time, very long ago, the Brotherhood did more than simply study the vampires. They took actions to eliminate the more ferocious and corrupted.
I know there is no love lost between the Guard of Priwen and the Brotherhood. What caused this rift?
It was 1801. The Brotherhood was stronger then, a strength that made them hungry for ever greater power. An argument divided them, and the wound never healed.
What was the nature of the disagreement?
The problem was that both sides considered themselves the legitimate heirs of the original Brotherhood. We divide up the books, the relics, not always fairly or with consideration.
Right, that's it.
Is there anything you could tell me about?
Aloysius Dawson.
He's not the only one.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900.
Nice, we got a new hint there.
Bison.
I read Cards Never Lie, but they are never
Okay.
easy to read.
Let's rob his chest.
It's
Oh, we
locked,
can't.
all right.
Oh, I'm glad I found him. He's a pretty awesome character, to be fair. Oh, look. That said I could open it there. I was thinking like, it starts off blank, gets a little bit darker, darker, then darker. But maybe it's not that. I start off fully dark. And go to a little bit dark. Look, look, you see the thing up here? I've got no idea what I'm doing. What am I doing? Right, fuck this, it's just wasting time. I thought it was be like a puzzle I can figure out, but I'm not clever enough. Or I don't have the insight. Right, I need to find where I'm... What? I need to enter the mansion, but I don't know where the mansion is. I can unlock this now. Right, there we go. Champion. So I've got a shortcut there. I can't get to her. Where's this prick's mansion? Is this his mansion? It's a church, man. Oh, does anyone know where this guy's mansion is? What a load of fucking bullshit. I can't. Oh, I can't get in
I
there.
cannot enter.
What's the point? Can we just put a map marker on where the fucking mansion is? It said it was round here. It won't be this, will it? Out the back of here. Right, so... Where's the fucking entrance? It's in somewhere with a glass ceiling. Or it looked like it did. It's not even a big area, so... Can it be that hard to find? Ah, is it not in here? It cannot be up here, can it? Tear him apart. Or is this his mansion? Yeah. Oh, this must be it. Yeah, it looks like it is, doesn't it? I mean, there was no reason for that to be a general area map marker. Really, was it? It's all very quiet.
Dawson's mansion. Here I am at last. But the question remains. Am I ready to make a dying man like me?
That is the question on everybody's lips. There's only one question that comes before that one. How much can we rob before we leave this area? They've got some absolutely blinging houses in this time period, haven't they? They're all very grand and exquisite. Newspaper article. Execution of John Francis Sparrow. John Francis Sparrow, 21, has been hung this morning in prison of Pentonville. Mr. Sparrow was sentenced to death after being found guilty of the murder of his sister, Alexandra Sparrow. What a strange rate of reward, efficient inquiry. So there. Charles Albright, who conducted the inquiry for Scotland Yard, refused to answer any of our questions, but 3 weeks ago he was demoted without any official explanation. Clayton Darby.
Reduced in rank for falsely accusing a man of murder. I wonder what Inspector Albright thinks about his punishment.
Right, I think we should go on the top floor. Oh, he's downstairs. There he is. Let's have a look at him. Yeah, that's the same bloke in it. And apparently he likes books.
It's locked.
Oh, it's locked, unfortunately. I'll be with you in just a minute. If you haven't noticed, you've got a lot of
Finally you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes, yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist such as yourself would help me to escape the Reaper.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know exactly what is going to happen to you, sir.
I can assure you I'm as informed as any man can be. I have planned for this moment, Dr. Reed. Planned very carefully.
Sir, I'm going to end your life. Do you not wish to discuss the procedure for even a minute?
I don't have a minute to indulge in idle chatter. I can't feel my legs, and the cold, so cold.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
What I do know is that I'll crush anyone or anything that would dare to oppose me.
Will you know?
I will become your maker. Do you understand what that means?
Well, I certainly won't consider you my liege, or some such drivel. You can be assured of that.
You'll need to feed on warm blood. Blood from mortals. How do you feel about that?
I'm rich, Dr. Reed, and powerful. I'm sure I'll be able to acquire all the blood I need without ever having to sully my own hands.
Oh, fantastic. You do have all the resources at your fingertips, it would seem.
Let's move on then.
Please, I'm cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality, what would you do with such a gift?
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reed, and I will do as I please.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London, I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the sick boroughs from the healthy ones.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking, but I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by mere walls.
As long as the right people are on the right side of the wall, that's all that matters.
What if a new outbreak happens inside your walls? You'll have created a giant trap.
That won't happen, as long as we dispose of anyone that is contaminated as soon as they are spotted.
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create an apocalypse.
The apocalypse is already knocking at the gate. We must be strong now.
Who gave you the right to decide the fate of thousands of people?
My money. My money and my pending immortality gives me the needed authority, Doctor. I'm a businessman. I'm used to tough decisions.
My money.
You really plan to build a quarantine wall across London?
Yes, it will be tall and strong, separating the wheat from the chaff.
The problem is, did you know that vampires can, like, teleport? Like, probably teleport on top of that wall and over it. Just a thought. Isolate the rich from the poor. That's exactly what he's going to do, actually.
Let me guess. You mean to isolate the rich from the poor?
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England must prevail, Doctor, no matter the cost.
By doing so, you will also create two separate prisons.
Come, sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have proved efficient in the past.
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
What the fuck? Charm. Forget your fear. Turn. Well, that's what they want me to do. Charm. Forget your fear of dying. Forget your fear of dying. Also, that'll mean he'll just pass. Won't he? He'll just... Well, I'll kill him. I don't know what... I'm actually not sure what I want to do. That'll just let him pass in his sleep, won't it? Unfortunately, I have come to my conclusion. You're a sick man. And your views are unacceptable. I will kill you.
You don't deserve immortality, Mr. Dawson.
What? What are you prattling on about?
I don't believe I've ever met a man so bereft of empathy. You, sir, are despicable.
No! Wait! You can't! I made a deal with Lord Redgrave. I'll finance whatever he wants. Please, just ask him.
Sleep now. Rest now. Forever.
Nice.
I would have lived forever. Who are you to decide my fate? Who gave you the authority?
I am the authority. Nice, and we leveled up as well. Oh, we've got a key. A medium-sized key that belongs to Aloysius Dawson engraved with the letter AD. You are not worthy of my blood. You are weak. Oh, is this it for the chest? Yes. Treatment for fatigue and treatment for anemia. Sepsis, cold. That's all of his medical treatments. I wonder if we're going to get anything else good. Neuralgia. That's it, just medical equipment. Now I wonder if we can keep this medical equipment and give it to the hospital. Because he'll not be needing it. Oh my, I'm so glad we didn't do as we were asked. I cannot wait to see how that... Oh, can I use a key on this? Nice. Loads of rich blood samples. I'm just looking for some more chests. There wasn't one upstairs, was there? There must be another one, because there was 3 keys. Aha, this one. Boom. 500 gold. Nice. We bit the shit out of him, like. That's what he gets. Evil men have evil things done to them. Right. Oh, he's had his first taste of blood. Little doctor... Oh, what the fuck's this? Alright, mate? He's not going to be happy.
Dr. Reed? Is Aloysius Dawson reborn as expected?
Alas, Aloysius Dawson was not brought back to life after his death. The man is gone.
What? What happened?
I'm going to be... Oh my god, I'm just going to be absolute boss man.
I could not let such a dangerous man become immortal. Not from my blood, not for you.
This is an outrage beyond words. This is betrayal, pure and simple. I should kill you on the spot. You swore on William Marshall's blood.
Well, get rid of me then.
From now on, you're an outcast. Banished. You are forbidden to ever appear in front of us again. Ascalon will smite you on sight, and your heart will be thrown to the rats.
I'll leave you then. Have fun with your puppets and shadow plays, Lord Redgrave.
Yes, go, traitor, and take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be gone!
Nice. What's this? Protect the Pembroke Hospital.
Step away, traitor. Return to your
I want to kill him.
friends and your decrepit hospital. Do not dare show yourself again, you or that monstrosity you bring to my door.
Oh my god, I absolutely beasted these. He's weak. You're nothing more than a weak man with a weak blood lineage. You are dismissed. Oh, how... Dr. Reed is such a boss, isn't he? He was like, yeah man, I didn't care for your plans whatsoever. I murdered that guy, and if you cross me, I'll murder all of Ascalon. In fact, you're very lucky to still be alive. What the fuck's this? Oh, it's the all-day Skull Girl.
We meet again at the strangest of times, young Ekon. So do you serve the Earl of Bristol now?
Old Bridget. What are you doing here?
Your friend, the wise Ekon. She sent me to warn you.
The wise Ekon. Fuck, hey, I cannot remember who that is.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
Oh,
She came
Lady
to
Ashbury.
us in the sewers in search of answers. Just as you did.
Do you know what it is? She's very lucky I didn't go into the sewers and murder all of them skulls when I went back to the old docks.
What kind of answers did you give her?
I knew nothing of your maker, but we talked. We talked a lot. Her words and ideas are captivating. It is no surprise that you like her. I like her too.
Good.
Lady Ashbury in the sewers? Now that's a sight I wish I'd seen.
She said she was your friend, and that she sought the identity of your maker. So I answered her questions.
Did anyone see you? It's a long way from the dock sewers, and hunters are patrolling the streets here.
Who said I took the streets? How do you think I survived for centuries in this city without ever being seen? I know all her secrets.
She's a very wise lady.
Lady Ashbury? You know her? Tell me what's going on.
The lady approached me but a few nights ago, wanting to meet the sewer skulls. Once she questioned Harriet Jones. She agreed to help us.
Harriet Jones is still with you then? How is she doing?
Harriet remains angry, but is recovering slowly. Her mind is twisted, but at least her body is healing.
Tell me what is going on.
The lady asked us to keep an eye on your mortal doctor friend while you were away. We spotted the hunters. They were discussing plans to attack tonight.
Shit.
Wait, slow down. I need to ask you something.
I'm listening, but I do not have time to waste, so be quick.
How did Elizabeth find you?
She presented herself humbly at our gate and asked if we knew of any ancestral vampires hiding in London. She asked about Ascalon. She asked about many things.
Why did she come to you?
I am old Bridget, the buried memory of the city. She sought the silent truths. Truths I have kept hidden for so long.
What do you think of her?
Her soul is good, yet tainted with a deep sadness and the scars of ancient wounds. Time does that to us immortals, for we have so much to dwell upon.
Why do I feel like Lord Redgrave was particularly irritated to see you? Far more so than the average Skull, if I may say.
Because I used to know him quite well, and he is afraid I may remember who he really is.
You're
Exactly.
Elizabeth's informant. You're the one who told her about Lord Redgrave's lies regarding his lineage.
Yes, but my words were not meant to hurt or threaten. I simply told the story of the sewer skulls, and of so many other forgotten children.
Where is Lady Ashbury right now?
She said she will go home. She needed to speak with some old friends first, though. Do not worry, young Ekon. She is no fool, and just as strong as you.
Wait!
I'm listening.
No time to lose, then. I must go there right away.
I shall return to my den. Have you a message for the lady? Should I see her before you?
Tell her we need to talk.
In the end, is this not what we all need? Go now and take care, young Ekon, for the flames are rising.
Nice. Right, so the Pembroke Hospital's in trouble. See what we need to do. We need to get to a safe house, which is just here. And then we need to go straight there. I can't have the Pruin Pruin. I can't have them destroying all that I've worked for. Oh my god, it's unbelievable how much of a boss this guy is. I absolutely love Dr. Reed. He's so hardcore. And why is the voice acting in this game the best voice acting I've ever seen in any game ever? It is truly amazing. Right, where's the bench? There it is. Right, there we go. Has it saved? There, we're forced to save on the go there. Champion. Right. Dr. Reed. Oh, look. Oh, look. His eyes have went like... He looks like he's a Sith Lord now. That's probably because I fed on that guy. I fed on Dawson. And now I've truly got a taste for blood. Oh my god, this could all end amazingly. The absolute wrath that I'm going to bring down upon the area is going to be second to none. Right, see you in the next episode, lads, when we go to the Pembroke Hospital and unleash the beast. Anybody who dares oppose us will be torn apart. See you there, lads.